to all devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tata Jayam Udiret Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. Hare Krishna. Today we continue Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 2nd Chapter 3rd Pure Devotional Service Shloka Kramanka 19. Shvavitavaraha ushrakharehi संस्तुतः पुरुषः पशुः न यत्कर्ण पथ उपेतः जातूनां गद अग्रजः श्वविटवराः उष्टकरेः संस्तुतः पुरुषः पशुः न यत्कर्ण पथ उपेतः जातूनां गदाग्रजः श्वविटवराः वृष्टकरेः संस्तुतः पुरुषः पशुः न यत्कर्णपथ उपेतः जातूनां गदाग्रज. Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Men who are like dogs and hogs, camels and asses, praise those men who never listen to the transcendental pastimes of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, the deliverer from evils. Purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The general mass of people, unless they are trained systematically for a higher standard of life in spiritual values, are no better than animals. And in this verse, they have particularly been put on the level of dogs, hogs, camels, and asses. Modern university education practically prepares one to acquire a doggish mentality with which to accept the service of a greater master. After finishing a so-called education, the so-called educated person move like dogs from door to door with applications for some service, and mostly they are driven away in form of no vacancy, as dogs are negligible animals and serve the master faithfully for bits of bread. A man serves a master faithfully without sufficient rewards. Persons who have no discrimination in the matter of foodstuff and who eat all sorts of rubbish are compared to hogs. Hogs are very much attached to eating stool. So stool is a kind of foodstuff for a particular type of animal. And even stones are eatables for a particular type of animal or bird. But the human being is not meant for eating everything and anything. He is meant to eat grains, vegetables, fruits, milk, sugar, etc. Animal food is not meant for the human being. For chewing solid food, the human being has a particular type of teeth meant for cutting fruits and vegetables. The human being is endued with two canine teeth as a concession for persons who will eat animal food at any cost. It is known to everyone that one man's food is another man's poison. Human beings are expected to accept the remnants of food offered to Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, and the Lord accept foodstuff from the categories of leaves, flowers, fruit, etc. Bhagavad Gita 9.26. As prescribed by Vedic scripture, no animal food is offered to the Lord. Therefore, a human being is meant to eat a particular type of food. He should not imitate the animals to derive so-called vitamin values. Therefore, a person who has no discrimination in regard to eating is compared to a hog. The camel is a kind of animal that takes pleasure in eating thorns. A person who wants to enjoy family life or the worldly life of so-called enjoyment is compared to the camel. Materialistic life is full of thorns, and so one should live only by the prescribed method of Vedic regulation, just to make the best use of a bad bargain. Life in the material world is maintained by sucking one's own blood. The central point of attraction for Material enjoyment is sex life. To enjoy sex life is to suck one's own blood, and there is not much more to be explained in this connection. The camel also suck its own blood while chewing thorny twigs. The camel, it's cut the tongue of the camel, and so blood begins to flow within the camel's mouth. The thorns mixed with fresh blood create a taste for the foolish camel, and so he enjoyed the thorn eating business with false pleasure. Similarly, a great business magnates, industrialists who work very hard to earn money by different ways and questionable means, it the thorny result of their actions mixed with their own blood. Therefore, the Bhagavatam has situated these diseased fellows along with the camels. The ass is an animal who is celebrated as the greatest fool even amongst the animals. The ass works very hard and carries burdens of maximum weight without making profit for itself. The ass is generally engaged by the washerman whose social position is not very respectable, and the special qualification of the ass is that it is very much accustomed to being kicked by the opposite sex. When the ass begs for sexual intercourse, he is kicked by the fair sex, yet he still follows the female for such sexual pleasure. A henpecked man is compared, therefore, to the ass. The general mass of people work very hard, especially in the age of Kali. In this age, the human being is actually engaged in the work of an ass, carrying heavy burdens and driving uh, thela and rickshaws. The so-called advancement of human civilization has engaged a human being in the work of an ass. The laborers in great factories and workshops are also engaged in such burdensome work, and after working hard during the day, the poor laborer has to be again kicked by the fair sex, not only for sex enjoyment but also for so many household affairs. So Srimad Bhagavatam categorization of the common man without any spiritual enlightenment into the society of dogs, hogs, camels, and asses is not at all an exaggeration. The leaders of such ignorant masses of people may feel very proud of being adored by such a number of dogs and hogs, but that is not very flattering. The Bhagavatam openly declares that although a person may be a great leader of such dogs and hogs, disguised, disguised as men, if he has no taste for being enlightened in the science of Krishna, such a leader is also an animal and nothing more. He may be designated as a powerful, strong animal or a big animal, but in the estimation of Srimad Bhagavatam, he is never given a place in the category of man on account of his atheistic temperament. Or, in other words, such godless leaders of the dogs and of like men are bigger animals with the qualities of animals in greater proportion. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Sri Chaitanya Manabhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सहाद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्विताञ्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Today we continuing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto, second chapter, third, pure devotional service, and we try to understand shloka number 19. In this shloka, they describing about the what we say all animal category like dogs, hogs, camels, and asses. Uh, if any one person not uh, apply the instructions of Supreme Personality of Godhead in his life, which is transcendental pastime of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, which deliver from us from devils. They compare to these animals and how are they that uh, uh, pravrutti and other things. Here it describe giving very nice example of camel who ate the thorns, and he pursued interest in that eating. That like that human life is also some person wasting, and here they describe about that human life is only for the earning of the values of life, and this life is called arthadam, that which can deliver values, which is the greater value of life. Here in Bhagavad Gita 8.115, they also describe about the selfish man must be aimed at the point of going back to Godhead. So many things they describe. If possible, Prabhuji will nicely guide us. Otherwise, I will try to speak with you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Am I audible? Can someone confirm if I'm audible? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes,
Thank you
Prabhuji.
very much. So I'm just hoping that Krishna gives us strength to discuss this shloka as it is. So here we are seeing that now Shukdev Goswami ji is now explaining why material life is something we should be given up. So this shloka is a very powerful verse where his sharp comparison is drawn between spiritually ignorant persons and animals so that we understand the urgency of Krishna consciousness. So, four animal analogies are given, which are characteristics of the godless masses. First is dog, who is a symbol of begging servitude. So it is said that modern education, it creates dog-like humans. Go door to door for job de do na, job de do na. And who serve masters for few crumbs. Job itself in our corporate world is defined as just other boss. It's other boss, not supreme. Because the supreme boss is Krishna. So serving Krishna is never a job. Serving Krishna is our actual natural position. So a dog remains loyal despite being rejected. So many educated people, they live without dignity, chasing material enjoyment. employment without spiritual value. That was the first analogy of a dog. The second analogy is that of a hog. So hog, no discrimination in eating. It is stool without disgust. So it reflects those humans who consume anything, including animal flesh, ignoring the divine dietary principles. Human beings, they're actually meant to consume prasad, the food which is offered to Krishna. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. Krishna has nowhere said mitam, andam, no. So anything which is a patra, pushpa, phala and toya, only that can be offered to Krishna and it will become sad. And that is something which we have to eat. But some persons are logok. It applies to those who pursue sensory gratification without moral or spiritual filtering. The third is camels, enjoying own suffering. Now, camels, they chew thorny twigs, cuts the tongues. There is blood which oozes. The blood gets mixed with the twigs and they eat it. And they relish their own blood. So camel is compared to those who are addicted to sexual life, spiritually described as sucking one's own blood, destroying vitality, energy. Materialistic enjoyments, they come at the cost of our spiritual health. And so such people are compared to camel. And then the fourth, ass, foolish, hard labor. The ass works tirelessly for others. Example, washerman without personal care. It is also handpicked, caked, yet it is always submissively attached to the female. And it is so easy to make the ass work. Just dangle a carrot in front of it, and the ass keeps on working, hoping to get that carrot. So it represents the modern man, works endlessly to support burdensome lifestyle, ignoring spiritual duty. I have been shocked to see certain articles, discussions, how people feel that even 70 lakh per year salary, 1 CR per year salary is insufficient for them. They are all ass. So these four animal analogies to make us understand our mistakes. Which brings us to the point of degrading modern leadership and society. Bhagavatam asserts that leaders which are praised by such dogs, hogs, camels, asses, they are not human, but larger, bigger animals. The politicians, so-called intellectuals, who are voted into power by ignorant masses. They have no spiritual insight. And so it's blind men following blind persons, which definitely will fall into a bigger, dark hole. While true leadership means guiding people back to Godhead, not deeper into illusion. But they are all modern education products. The modern education is producing intelligent animals. Yushabnisha. 10th mantra says, modern universities promote science, not true knowledge. Students learn technology, economics, politics, AI, but not self-realization. This education empowers war, disease, competition, egoism, instead of working for peace and devotion. That is why the real purpose of human life, it is based because it is not available to animals. As Mataji was saying, this human life is Arthadam, meant to deliver true value, returning back to Godhead. Human life is earned after 84 lakh births, as stated in Brahma-Vaivarta Purana. It is rare but powerful, designed not for sense gratification but for Krishna realization. Paunam Janmanamante. And then, even in humans, Murushanam Sastreshu. If you understand the real purpose of life, because they don't know what is the real path, the path to perfection, which is hearing, chanting, and surrender. As we saw in the first canto, second chapter, Shloka 17 to 20, hearing and chanting Lord's glories, there is Shaunam Kirtanam, purify the heart and lead to true intelligence. Bhakti gives rise to brahminical qualities, removes lower modes of nature, and grants spiritual strength. And all the sincere devotees, they're guided by Guru, Shastra, and the super soul in the heart, as confirmed in Nishopanishad Mantra 80. That is why Prabhupada ji does a very strong condemnation of godless parents and gurus. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam warns one should not become a guru, parent, or a leader if he cannot save his dependent from birth and death. Those who do not lead others to the lotus feet of Krishna, Govinda, they are deceiving society, even if socially respected. That is why Prabhupada ji gives bold warnings. One, sex without spiritual aim is self-destructive, a drain of oja, that is vital energy. Second, excessive work for family, sense enjoyment, name is like the foolish ass carrying burdens for a blade of grass. And third, Bhagavad does not exaggerate. We are behaving like animals under the garb of civilization. So this shloka becomes very, very important because of these profound teachings that we get. If we continue to make like dogs, eat indiscriminately like hogs, enjoy pain like animals, and work foolishly like asses, then human life is wasted. So it is important that we make best use of a bad bargain. Only by awakening Krishna consciousness through Shavana, Kirtana, Sharanagati, we can escape the animalistic trap and achieve the real goal, which is returning to the Lord's abode. So the choice is ours. As Krishna always says, do what you feel is the best. And at the same time, he guides to us what is the best. So let us understand this. Let us follow the ABCDE association, reading of scriptures, chanting, deity dressing, deity worships, taking only Krishna Prasadam, and engaging in service to devotees, Guru, and Krishna, and be in a position to get eternal happiness.